everybody, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you another episode of the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. It's been a little while since episode 1, but in this episode we're going to continue onwards. So, whenever you respawn from loading your save game, you will end up back in the underworld. Quite simply, all I've got to do is walk on through, and we're back where we began. And our sword's even left here, our spear that we can pick up. But we can only pick it up once we enter back into the material realm, which we can obviously do so here. Now that we're back here, let's go collect our sword. Where is it? There it is. And it's time to continue onwards. So, now that we're done with the saving and all that, we can just keep moving. First things first, let's get out of this room. And straight away, you want to sneak. Don't attract any noise. Do not make a sound. There is an enemy right there. Now, if you're careful enough, you would be able to stab them. However, apparently, not pressing the sneak button as you press the impale button causes issues. Feed on this guy's soul. Make sure you take your weapon out of the enemy after the soul has been reaped, otherwise the enemy can come back to life. Well, this should be a location familiar to all of us.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Alright. While he worries about his clans, I'm quickly just going to turn down the sounds. Because Jesus Christ. Okay, speech is a 10. I think that's saved. That's all I wanted to do, because it sort of drowned out his voice. It is something that can't be helped, but, you know, we just have to deal with it. So basically, this way leads to Raziel's old clan territory, before he became the enemy he is now, or the wraith he is now. When he was a vampire, he used to live in the areas around here. Let's kill this vampire. Now you can also pick up the torch that is on the wall here, because as was noted in the first episode, another way that you can kill vampires is by setting them alight. However, the spear is much more optimal and much safer to use just in general. It is a much stronger weapon. So, entering my clan's place, we're now going to get attacked by 2 enemies. We need to simply kill them and then move on. Alright, let's beat this guy. I'm gonna impale him, get his soul, and then I'm gonna take a new staff. Quite simply, having a new item to fight with is a lot of fun. And then it's just a simple case of beating the goddamn fucker up. Once we've killed this vampire, the gate opens. We're also gonna have access to another warp gate, because this area is sort of a hub of sorts, as is the Abyss Lake of the Dead we were just at.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement from a boot. I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Oh, and the classic Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver music's just started playing. We're gonna head through here. But first, let's kill this guy. Because those doors, I think you should figure it out by now, they mark spirit gates. Or, I don't think they're called spirit gates, but warp gates, spirit gates, whatever you want to call them, that's what they are. So, we're going to go unlock the spirit warp gate in here. Let's go do that. This one down a flight of stairs as well. Alright. And so, I'm just going to quickly activate it by going on it just to make sure that it works. And it's fine. So, now that we've unlocked that, we can continue onwards. Now we're going to be heading after the first of Kain's generals, and Raziel's vampire brethren. We're going to be going after the vampire Melchiah now. Now, Melchiah is the youngest of the generals, and as such, he is also the weakest, but he's gonna be no mean feat to get to. There's a lot of puzzles, there's a lot of enemies, and a lot of stuff to get to and get through before we can find him. So first things first, we want to head back through this door. This is a new door, actually, not head back. We want to head through. Handles on the right side. Inside this room, there's going to be an enemy, and then there's going to be a body of water to our left. Do not go to the left, because you will just end up drowning and going back into the spiritual realm. What we want to do is we want to head to the right, because heading to the left, there's water down there. We can't go in water yet. It will kill us if we go into it, and then we will have to go back to the spiritual realm, and then we'll have to get health, and it's basically not worth it at the moment. Now that's a dead human right there, that's really depressing. Impale this guy. There's also another enemy in the room coming up, so we've got to be careful about where we move. There he is. There we go. Take this guy out. Obviously, make sure you're sucking up those souls. You don't really need to suck up all the souls, I just like to do it. It's sort of a completionist thing. Once we're through here, head through this way. There'll be an enemy there. Beat him up. Oh god, we missed. Got out of the way just before he could have actually done anything to us. Thank god. Alright, whack him. Get him down. Suck out his soul. And there's one more enemy in this area that we need to deal with. So, he's going to be straight to the right. He's the only enemy down here, but in this large area, we want to just head straight up the stairs. There's no need to go around the pillar. Nothing like that really matters. You literally just need to go up the stairs. Like, ignore everything else. Once you head up the stairs, you will get attacked, though, so be very careful. The enemy is right there. There's the attack button. Oh, we missed him. Make sure they're stunned before you attack. I'm a bit dumb with the whole impale movement. Suck up the soul, and then we can activate the switch. This will open up the gate to the Melchiah hymn, or the Melchiah hymn, I believe they're called. That's Melchiah's clan. And now the music changes a little bit. Got a bit darker. Gonna be heading down this way. Don't think there's any enemies around here. Instead, there's just a giant location. No enemies, just a lot of stuff. Also, a new sort of weapon. I don't know if this is the same as the one we had earlier, but I'm gonna take, it's the same as the one we had earlier, okay. Oh, I fell. Oops. So, we're gonna encounter a few new things now.
No! Please!
Those textures, man.
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
Dogs. I love these sorts of gothic games. Oh my god. It's just I love it. You have no idea. I fucking live for this stuff. Alright, these guys actually not as difficult as they might appear. They are a new enemy type, yes. Alright, I want to suck up the health from this guy. And then we just want to start killing this guy. There's really nothing we need to be concerned about. Just stab him, get him out of the way, and then suck up that power. So, they killed someone. It's very tragic. Now, humans will be encountered throughout the game. There is actually an area where it is simply only humans. You have the option to kill or spare them. If you decide to kill a human, then, you know, it happens. But you can choose to spare them. Just don't attack them.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
Alright, new area now. We're in the necropolis. So, basically, if you see humans in this game, spare them. Yes, that one down there did attack us. However, humans can become allies to you as long as you don't kill them. So that guy that was down there, we didn't kill him, so it won't come back to bite us later. Whereas, if you kill that human, then other humans in the game will be much more hostile to you. Just don't kill any humans that you see, and pretty much you'll be fine. Alright, let's head up this way. We're almost at the next checkpoint where we'll be ending the episode, though.
My brother Melchiah was made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Kain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
Is that guy scratching his ass? It looked like he was scratching it. I know that's the most silly thing I've ever said, but I need to relook at that animation, because that was kind of hilarious. I think it's old school animation, but that was brilliant. Alright, let's get the soul. So we're feeling a bit weaker now. We actually have taken a slight bit of damage. So, we're gonna head up this hill. Both hills lead to the excuse me. Come on, game. Work with me here. Both hills lead to the same spot. It's just a case of one goes over here, the other one goes over there. We want to kill this guy quick, and then I want to start taking out the other guy. Alright, let's get this guy knocked down first. Stab him. Suck out that energy. Share your energy with me. That's pretty much all that we need to do in here. So, we can just simply go through this lovely gated door here. If you don't want to kill the enemies, you can just go through the door anyway. Now, we head down these stairs, and we find another warp room. This is the warp of Melchiah's clan. So, for any and all Melchiah-ish stuff you need to do, remember that symbol and keep it ingrained in your mind. It is also going to be where we end off this episode of the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. If you're enjoying the series so far, feel free to leave a like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed before, please consider clicking that subscribe button and clicking the bell, and then pressing the notification box so that you'll be notified of any new videos as they are uploaded. In the next episode, we are going to continue into Melchiah's territory and see what we can do. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye, guys.